till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go.
What's up guys, it's Morrany here and welcome to episode number 12 of my Let's Play series. As I mentioned in my last video, the fights will get harder and I think now it's time to update the gear of my team. I want to start off with my Panda. I changed it from strength to chance and I use 2 pieces of the Piggy Pop set, which gives me a small set bonus of 20 vitality and 10 chance. An AP MP Gelano, Wawabit stuff, 70 chance, 1000 initiative Dragon Turkey because I want to start with the Panda first. Kavot's boots for the MP, blue turtle belt for the range, Choco cape also gives me 1 MP, and the Kara cup, it's a very good item, 80 up to 80 base vitality and 1 AP. I use these trophies here, which give me 5 water damage, 20 power, 80 vitality and 2 range. And in total, I have 9 AP and 6 MP. For me, it's very important to have 6 MP as a Panda to throw things around and have a good map manipulation. 10 AP would be better, but at the moment, AP shields are very expensive, but maybe I can mage some of them by myself in the future. And when we get to level 100, we have that 1 additional AP from the level 100. With the new sets, I was on the way to the Wawabit Warren dungeon. Here we have the achievements Blitzkrieg and Clean Hands, and there's also a method where you can do both achievements in the same fight while you don't have to do any damage. The boss summons Stamper Wobots, and if you get pushed into them, you bounce back infinitely. I'm not sure if it is infinitely, but it's pretty far. And you can use this mechanic to kill all the monsters, and in this video I show you how to do it. First, you have to position the stampers in the same line and the monsters in between. You can push and pull them, but you cannot carry them with a Panda, which makes the Panda pretty much useless. Second, you need a pushback spell where you don't have to stand next to a monster. What I mean by that, you can use, for example, Dispersing Arrow, where you can push a monster by 2 cells, but with this spell you have to pay attention that you don't push the Stamper at the same time than the monster, because then the Stamper moves 2 cells and the monster moves also 2 cells, then the effect of the Stamper does not apply. You have to make sure that you only push the monster into the Stamper and make sure that the way to the other Stamper is free, so the monster can bounce between these Stampers. And the last point you have to keep an eye on is that you have to keep the Wawabit for last. If he dies, all other Stampers will die also, and you can't do this method. next dungeon on our list was the Ancestral Technique. This dungeon is pretty straightforward. You only have to pay attention for his AP poison spell called Paralyzing Branch. This can be casted from 2 up to 8 range and lasts for 3 turns. I recommend killing him first, and therefore you should have an agility or an intelligence damage dealer in your team, because he's weak to these 2 elements and has over 50% resistances in the other 3 elements. Back at Chris Terrick's, we finished this dungeon quest and the Panda got to level 95. Annie and Feka are level 94 and the Kra is a little bit behind with level 93. And because everything was so good, I decided to take on the Puppet Master. This is the first level 100 dungeon and we are in our level 60 sets, but I was totally optimistic we can do this. In the fourth room of the dungeon, you have to defeat Drummag before you get to the Puppet Master. This room is also no problem if you know how to make Drummag vulnerable. Therefore, you have to attack a summon or an ally with a weapon while he stands next to Drummag. Then Drummag becomes vulnerable for one turn until the character who attacked him with the weapon starts his turn. So this was also no problem for the team and we directly jumped to the boss room. And I was still optimistic, but then I remembered how difficult this dungeon is. At the start of the fight, Puppet Master summons 5 puppets and gets invulnerable. Each of the puppet has 200 resistances to one element, so 1 for water, 1 for fire, and so on. And sometimes your character summons the little puppet, which attacks your character as well. I really don't know when this happens. If somebody of you know that, please leave it in the comment section down below. That would be very helpful. To make the Puppet Master vulnerable, you have to kill all 5 puppets. But, and that's a big but, Puppet Master resummons all killed puppets every 3 turns with full HP. And this makes it very, very difficult. And that's not all. If you manage to kill all, it becomes invulnerable just for 2 turns and he has 6000 HP. In the end, I tried it 3 times and I was able to make him vulnerable once, but I couldn't do 6000 damage in 2 turns. And when you can't do this, he becomes invulnerable again and you have to start this process again. And for now, I have to skip this dungeon. And in the next episode, we continue with the Dragon Pig dungeon. Thanks for watching and see you the next time.